Okay, here we go. We're back at our kitchen, and we're then worried about putting in some countertops. Now, one of the things we want to look at on this is there's two ways of doing this. So we're going to look at both. The first thing we're going to do is place countertops over the cabinets that are along the wall. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our component, go to Edit Type, go to Load, and we're going to go back a folder into the main casework and go to Countertops. Now in the countertops, it gives us several options, some with holes and sinks and islands and so forth. We're just going to look for a straight-on countertop. Nothing really major going on here. We're going to open that up. And in this case, we don't have a countertop material on it yet. We'll come back and do that when we figure out the decor for the house. But we're going to place this on here. Now, what we want to look at is the height of this is at 3 feet, which works out really good. That's from the top of the countertop down to 1.5 inches, which puts the top of the base cabinets at 2 foot 10 1/2 inch. We have to keep that in mind because we have to make any changes. That's what's going to happen. If we want to change material, we would do it the same way we did with the flooring. We'd go into the category, change material, and upload it. So if you want to do that, take what you know from doing the floors and apply it here. So when you hit OK, here's our countertop. It comes in very large. Again, spacebar rotates. And we want to put the backsplash, which is right there by the cursor, against the wall. We don't put it through the oven, so it's going to come down right here on the lower side of the ovens. And right now, this goes all the way across to the opposite side of the stove. So it's going through the range there. Now place another one right by the range. And it's going to go right there. Okay. Now that gives me 2. I'll come back and adjust these, but we're going to adjust the first one. And we do that by taking these little blue arrows and just sliding it back so it ends at the range. And then we can go and put the next one on. So that's one component. Countertop, we rotate it around, place it in the corner where it's going to go. Finish the placement. Select, take the blue dot. This one slides up to the wall. Now you can also use the align tool here as well. So now we then place one more over here. This is to go from the refrigerator over the desk. So component, countertop, dropped one. We'll rotate this one all the way around. Place it right down there. So I might have misplaced this one just a little bit. Let's see. Yep, I did. So I'll move that one forward just a wee bit. And then we're going to realign it. So we use the align tool to fix my mistake because that's what it's for. And that places everything lined up there. And again, we want to do a modify. We can see where the line goes. I'm going to slide that back. Now this one we're going to check because I'm not sure how these drawers worked out. So we're going to go into 3D. And we look, there's our drawer suspended. And we're good to go there. All right, we'll take this extra one out while we're here. Okay, so that's putting your countertops in. Super simple, super easy to do. Again, you can change your materials. It's really quite simple. If you want to just select the countertop, edit type. There are materials built into the library. So if I wanted this to be granite, for example, I can go and get a granite countertop and apply that. Hit OK, apply, and OK. And now my countertops are granite. And because I use the same one, they're all the same material now. So really fast, easy fix to get that placed in there. All right, now we got this island. And this island's going to take a little bit more work to get that put into place. So we're going back to our floor plan. And what we've got is we've got these back ends of these cabinets that are really kind of awkward. And we need to fix those off. So to do that, we need some kind of paneling. So if we look at our cabinets and we look at what they're made of. So we know edit type. And they're just cabinet materials. So that's fine. We're going to use a wall and create a backing for these. So then do architecture, wall. we're going to go into our walls that we have, and we're going to just go to a basic, simple wall. And I think, if I remember right, I created one for you, but maybe it's not there anymore. Let me just go through here and see real quick. Island wall right here. So here's a little island wall. I'm going to take that one right there, go and edit it and see what it is. So what we want to look at first is that this is only 3.5 inches thick. It's a little thicker than what I'd want. So what I'm going to do is we're going to cancel this and duplicate it. So we're going to edit type, duplicate, and this is going to be back or backing, whichever way you want to do that. It's up to you which one, name that. Then go and edit the material. I'm going to type in here, it's going to be cabinet. If I can get that to come up. So cabinets, right there. Let's see if I can match what we already used. Let's see if we can find it under wood. So we can match what's already in there. And I may have to go back in and look a little bit more at what that was. There it is. There it is, just cabinet. Let's go with that. So we'll go with the cabinet there, we'll apply that. And then we're going to change the thickness. This is going to be 1.5 inches thick, which is still kind of thick. I actually think maybe we'll go 3/4. That might be a little better. So 3/4 of an inch. And we'll hit OK. And let's make it a full inch. So let's see that finish. If that's a 1/2 inch, we'll go this 1/4 inch. That way it come out right. So 3/4 of an inch. All right, get the math right. And we hit OK. Now what we're going to do here is this is going to be drawn at 0, which is our main floor. But the top constraint is not going to go here. We're going to make that unconnected. And we're going to give the height of 2 foot, 10.5 inches, which is exactly what our cabinets are. So we're going to match that. And we're going to come in here with a trace. Now, we want that is currently drawn by the center. So we want to change that a little bit. We want to do that by finished face interior. So when we grab that endpoint, there's our wall. We're just going to carry that up. I'm going to pick another one up here. And then bring another one across the back of the what's going to be the dishwasher in a minute. All right, now we're going to use our corner tool, and we're going to connect these together. So now we have a backing there. And then use the align tool to fix this little end piece. So everything lines up nice and neat, like it should. Go into 3D and see what we've got. Looks about right. Same color, same everything. So wrap it on. Let's put that dishwasher in now. So we then go architecture, component, edit type. And this one's a little different. We're going to go load. We're going to go back to our main list. We then go down to specialty equipment. We then go into domestic because that's residential. We then go let's see, there's a dishwasher there. Let's go mid-range and get that dishwasher. And we'll open that one up. We'll overwrite the existing one that's in there because it's what comes in your template is an industrial sized dishwasher. So we're going to use this one instead. And this goes right inside of that cabinet. And so I'm just going to align that in there. It's a little easier if we do the align. At least I found I kind of like the align tool. So then I go there. And then when I go to the back, actually I use the front here. We'll go here and here. Now that door is going to stick out over it, and that's fine. It's supposed to. So we're good there. Check it out in the 3D view again. Rotate things around. A little bit more there. So there's our dishwasher and all of its fancy danciness. So we're back here. All right, now we're ready to build this countertop. Okay, so then go architecture floor. Now we're going to make this out of granite, so we're going to use the finished floor tile. We'll then edit that type, and then duplicate it, and this is going to be countertop. We'll just use the granite that we've been using with the others. Okay, so I'm going to edit. This is, oops, cancel. It's 1.5 inches thick. Super important that you get that thickness in there. And go in and we'll change the material to the granite that we're using. So it matches. We hit OK. And now we're going to hit OK, apply and OK again. And the height from the lower level is 2 foot. Oh, no, this is 3 feet. Sorry, 3 feet is what we want. Now we're going to do this by line. So I'm going to use the line tool. I want to select this line. Oh, that's right on top of us. When they cancel for a minute, forgot to explain that. When we do the line, we want an offset of 2 inches on the sides. And we can probably take that down to 1. Might be enough. Yeah, probably 1. It varies. It depends on how you have your countertops made. So we'll do 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 on this side, and I'm going to do another one here just to fix what I kind of did. So we'll pull that back. And then on the out edge here, if you want to use this as like a breakfast bar, you then need 12 inches. So we're going to change our offset now to 1 foot and use that wall and pop that out. And then we're going to go into corner tool and put it all together. So we have that one. And we make sure they all connect right. Watching the corners, they're all seamed up. Kind of an important thing to catch. If we miss it, the computer will tell us. I'll have to come back and do it again. All right, now I do have one I need to delete because I made that 2-inch offset there. So take that out, check that off. And I made an error. I missed that one. So we'll continue and we'll corner tool that. All right, so there is our island. And we can just check that off now. All right, now in this island, and we're going to go in and check 3D just to make sure we got all the heights right. Because that would be kind of funny if things are floating. So there's the island, looking really good. Now I'm going to put the kitchen sink in. So we're going to go architecture component, come down in the component search, we'll do kitchen. There's a double bowl sink there. Bring that over. Now this one is going to try and attach on the bottom. And so if you see it's going in sideways because it's going off edge because it's picking the vertical edge. So I want to place it on the face. So now it's going to go the right direction. And I can rotate it. I'm just going to place it approximately where I want it. And then they go in and rotate it. So select that sink, rotate, again 45 degrees. And I want to pull this forward so it's just kind of in the center there. And we'll go back to 3D. And this sink that you have in your template will cut a hole in the countertop for you. So you don't have to worry about doing any trims or anything special, but that allows you to create your island sink. Really quick and simple and fun. Goes pretty quick. Now we've got most of this kitchen laid out. We need some upper cabinets. So we then go again back to architecture component. We then go upper. So those are down U. Upper means wall. So we go down and find our upper cabinets. And they pretty much end up matching for the most part what we've done. So I did one along here. And these have to go on the wall. They don't fit anywhere else. They go on the wall. And I'm going to do one over here. That's two there. Put those two together. And I've got some space. We'll do we'll mix and match in there. We'll do oops, that was an 18-inch one. So match here. Actually, that's a 12-inch. I forget what I did where. Yeah, we'll put a 12-inch one there on that wall. And we might have to do some aligning. And then, can't remember what that other one was. I think it was 30. Yeah. Nope. 33. Huh. Well, we'll do a 30. I think that'll be okay. Oh, that's right. We had to make a custom one. So we're just going to do a 31 here. It's actually 2 foot 7 foot. It's 2 foot 7.5 inches. We're just going to stick that right there, and we'll do some aligning. Okay. Now, if you're not quite to the stove, that's fine. Now line these up with the corner of the wall. It makes a little more. Just looks better. And we'll do that. And then you can adjust these as need be. We don't put any over the island. You can, but it ends up being very dated if you do that, I think. And then what we want is a hood that goes over the stove. So we'll then do another component. And we'll see if we can get that hood to come up. And there's a range hood. And that rotates. And that also goes up against the wall. So we have that. So we might have to adjust that height once we get it in there. I think I am going to fix this because it's starting to bother me. It's to duplicate 2 foot 7.5 inches. Apply. And then I got to change the size. I did not change the size. Change the name, but didn't change the size. 2 foot 7.5. Apply. That's better. Now we can do our alignment again. Make everything perfect. Because that's just how it works. All right, let's look 3D. So spin this. And we'll tilt it just a little bit more. And that looks pretty dang good. All right, now we could put a cabinet over the top of the refrigerator if you want. Just make sure it's short so it doesn't go inside the refrigerator. I'm just going to leave it off this way because we've got this big cabinet over here. All right, now I did not put openings in before. Now we need to put the openings in the wall. So let's go back and do that. We're going to use our good old section. So hello section. We see some things floating through there just a little bit. It's a little disheartening. Let's go see why. Who have I shoved in? This guy right there. Okay, we'll do modify. And if I select that countertop, maybe do it this way. We'll grab the countertop here, then go back here, and we'll take that blue line up. And there we go. Then back here. Now it's gone. Cool. Easy to find fixes when you look at the right spots. All right, there's everything we need. We need an opening here, and we need an opening here. So add the profile again. We'll go ahead and I'm just going to throw some lines in. So I know that this is my refrigerator. So I'm going to come in off the floor right about there. And then go up top of the door. So maybe we'll go 8 feet again like we did before. Come across. 3 foot seems to be a good. Well, we're a little bit more than 3. So we went over to here. So we go 3, I think. So we'll make it 3. And we'll bring that down. So now we then modify. 3 foot 3 inches. And we're going to do the same thing here with our little fillet round. So that's this guy. And put a 1 foot radius on those. Oh, that went the wrong way. Direction means everything. Round that off. And that's going to kind of follow motif. It's not going to be quite as steep, but that'll be all right. And then we'll do the same over here. And I'm just going to copy it this time. So I want that arc, control key, this side, this top, and we'll finish that. And we'll slide that over nice and straight. And it's going to be a little wide. So I'm going to go right to the edge of the, a little bit past that, just a little bit there. And then I have to adjust some things. So I'm going to select, go down to 3 feet, do a move. Then we want to move and get them all, so we'll window it. And it's not moving the way I want it to, so we'll arrow it. Arrow tools are probably one of the more functional things for you. We'll now then do a split. We'll cut there and there. Corner tool to create the opening, so you remove the floor from inside the opening. Check that off. No errors. Go 3D. And now we have our entries into our kitchen. So that kind of cleans up quite a bit that we're going on there. As we go back to the floor plan view. And that kitchen is laid out. Now, we do have the cabinets to do in, or the shelving to do inside of the pantry here. So we're getting into some really nitty gritties on these. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to build it out of basically floors again. And then we're going to copy them up into space and put them where they need to go. So that being said, here goes everything. We do have the column situation I talked about. We have this opening here. I'm not sure I want to put columns in this one, to be honest with you. It just doesn't seem like a big enough space to justify them. And I kind of like the way the arch looked in there. So we'll look at that in a little bit and see what we want to change. Let's go in the pantry here. Architecture floor. So in Revit, anything that's vertical is a wall, and anything that's horizontal is a floor. So this time I'm going to switch to hardwood. And we're going to edit that, and then duplicate it. And this is going to be finish. These will be wood shelves. So I'm going to do wood. Shelves on there. And we're going to go set those up. So their thickness is going to be 5/8. So put that in. I usually use decimals if you haven't figured that out. It's just easier if you know the decimal equivalents of the fractions for between an inch. Change this out. And I'm just going to do walnut. It's just a good dark wood. Actually, maybe I'll go a little lighter. Let's go light wood. Nope. Let's go painted pine. That'll work. Just change it up just a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just draw this shelf in here. It can only go on these two walls. And so I'm using offset. I'm going to do 18 inches. It's 1.5 feet. Then offset. Well, I'm going to have to draw a line apparently. So draw a line, offset 1.5 feet. And we're just going to go around this perimeter here. And I'm not quite going the right way. Try it one more time. Line, offset. Start here. Mirror that over. That's what I forgot to do. So we'll flip it. Go there. Go there. And then down. Now, by doing that, this side here is really not going to give me any gain. So I'm going to take that one off. Then I'd copy the line. So I want maybe this line, this line, this line, and this line. We're now that corner tool that all together, so we don't have anything sticking out, going where it shouldn't go. And this is right now at 3 feet. I'm going to drop that to 1 foot off the floor. So I'll hit apply, and we'll check that off. Now in 3D, if we can get to where you can see inside that pantry, there's a shelf. Okay. Now I want to be able to put more in there and copy them up, but I can't do it in either of the views I have. So I'm going to go to my plan view, and this is where I'm going to use my vertical section. So I'm going to go back to view, section. Just going to draw a line going vertically through the whole house again, and then right click and go to that view, and this is now section 2. Now here's my shelf. So I'm going to go modify, copy, select, enter, finish, and then go up 1/6 maybe, then go 1. I'm just going to kind of move up and put those shelves in so that now there are my shelves for my pantry. Just really quick, super quick to do. You can do 1 foot, 2 foot, 1'6", whatever works for what you feel the shelving needs to be. And you can have them created that they're adjustable, so they'll work for what anybody needs in that space. And we're off and good to go. All right, so that finishes kitchen. Wow, that was quick and fun. Let's go and do let's do some closet spaces if we can. Let's start with this little coat closet here in the mudroom. So we're going to do architecture component, and we're going to do rod, and let's see if we can do clothes. And I'm not seeing it loaded in, so we're going to go find our clothes rod. So that means edit type, load, and we're going to have to back up even more now, and we're going to have to go find shelving, which is in our casework. So go casework, shelving, and we're going to look for clothes closet, shelf, and pole right there. That's what we want. So to open that up, override what's in there. The height of these is at 1 foot. The depth is 15 inches. That's pretty standard. So hit OK. Now, you're not going to be able to see this. So you're going to come in here, and we're just going to draw a line across. And there's the rod. So I'm going to flip it right now. So the rod goes, I have to do some adjusting on that. Okay, so that is in there. There's a rod there. There's also a shelf here. Okay, now if I select that, so we can maybe make sense out of this. If I flip it, now the rod's over here and the shelf's over here. So this is very tight. That rod cannot be that far back. So I've got to pull this forward. So let's use the arrows. And I see there's a line and a box here. So now I want to do is I definitely want to flip it over now and move it back. So I'm going to take this guy back because your rod needs to be at least 9 inches from the back wall. So the rod, it should be near the front edge of the shelf. And so now I've got a closet there. That means if I look at the closet I tried to create here in the library, it's not quite going to work, but it's there. Okay, now same thing's going to apply when I do the closets in the master suite. So we're going to go ahead and jump to those next. Same tool. The more we can get done, the better off life is. So we're going to start just throwing these in. So back to component. I'm going to start drawing the shelf here. I'm just going to pick a point. Maybe. If it doesn't kick me out. And let's kick me out. Just draw that in. There's my shelf. Then I flip that, place it, then we'll then modify it and get it the right spot. Okay, so then move it over arrow-wise. I'll flip it over, and then we can align it back. So just a quick little move. Once you can see your spots, it just takes a minute. It's hard to draw things in above your head, but there's that. And now we're going to do all of this wonderful thing. Now, the nice thing is I made these closets symmetrical, which means I am not going to have to do both. I can just do one. So we're going to do component. I'll start here. I'll flip that over. And I'm just going to trace the inside edge of this room. And I'm just going to keep going with closets. And I'll adjust them after I get them all in place. It just works better for me. If you want to do one, adjust and adjust and adjust, that is completely fine. That is completely fine. And when you do these, again, these are symbolic. So you don't have to feel like you have to make them match everything. You just have to think for what, well, I guess what I'm saying is, see how they overlap here? That is not going to be an issue I'm not worried about. It's just not worth the trouble because they're just symbolic. So as long as my rod is on the outside, looks like I actually did these all correct this time. This one I need to adjust a little bit, and that I did not put it exactly where it's supposed to be. So I go down this corner, and I guess I could take and stretch that up, the blue dot there to the end because it's an opening. And so that creates this space. Let's take a look at it. Make sure we're happy. There they are. And now you can come in here. You can actually come in and hide a wall so that you can see through it. And there's those rods and shelves. If you've hidden a wall and you want to bring it back, you need to come down to the bottom, find the eyeglasses and the blue light bulb, click on that, and then whatever's been turned red is hidden. So you can then reselect it, right-click, unhide element, hit the yellow light bulb, and everything's back as it was. So when we got light coming in our floor, things are really coming together now. Okay, so then mirror this all over. So I'll go modify, mirror the pencil. I want 1, control key, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves. Right click, finish selection. I want to, thought I could grab that line and finish selection. There we go. There we go. Grab the line, straight up. Now both closets are exactly the same, and I am finished with that. Yay. All right, so moving down to the next phase. We're going to come back, we're going to do our plumbing fixtures and go to that point. So hang tight, it's going to go fast now. Things are picking up speed.